Hey, kiddo. Still looking for that milk, but real quick, I actually wanted to voice an opinion that I had. Normally, I don't ever do something like this, but this whole situation has just exploded all over my feeds and seems to still be going pretty hard. So I figured I'd give my literal 2 cents about it, since not only am I worth less than a stick of juicy fruit, but I actually did follow some of the horseshit that's going on. This guy. If you type PirateSoftware into YouTube right now, the whole internet is just tearing this guy down for everything that he's worth. Which is nothing, but I digress. Now, I'm not really one for hopping on bandwagons, so rather than spend 40 minutes thoroughly muddying his image more than he already has himself, I'm just going to share about how I saw the cracks of his facade before it exploded off. I was introduced to this guy much like everybody else, listening to high-quality classical music one day, when I suddenly decided to start browsing. Then a short popped into my feed of some guy giving deep-voiced sagely wisdom about seemingly any topic. Apparently he'd done just about everything and had a story or a lesson to give for everything under the sun. Hell, he basically painted himself as the sun. I instantly didn't trust him. I'll be the first to admit that I'm extremely cynical and misanthropic, so I take that stance with most people. But him in particular, something was wrong. Every single short that kept appearing kept adding to the suspicion that he was more than he was boasting about. He had the makings of a compulsive liar. Matter of fact, the only thing I knew about him that had to have been true was that he indeed worked at Blizzard, because he never listens to community feedback. History follows a trend, right? Where people who sit there and do nothing but spit grand tales and stories of their fame and glory actually are revealed to be massive douchebag schizos once the hot air bubble that they were blowing for years finally pops. Usually, especially in this case, by themselves. But funnily enough, let me share where I personally saw through him. I was giving him the benefit of the doubt for the most part. He absolutely has a punchable face, and a lot of people were already looking for any reason to justify a couple jabs at it. Then the WoW drama happened. To be honest with you, I hate WoW. My experience with it has always sucked, and fortunately I am banned from it, so I can never attempt it again willingly. I must have seen 100 different videos from all sorts of skill levels weighing in on that event. Some advocated for the guy, saying that there was nothing he could do, and retreat was called. Others said he had a mana crystal and was eating the regen ticks of his mana so he couldn't do anything intentionally. None of that is what I took away from the situation, though. The only thing I took was how he behaved after the fact. The dismissive, talking over, and tremendously condescending way he spoke. I considered that whole situation fucked, but I pocketed his behavior, since it was foretelling of who he actually was behind the mask. Boy, was it, huh? So that didn't make me shun the man instantly. What actually did was this.
Now the part that's crazy about this is we go look at the Silt Code. It's got Wide Range 4 built right in. And Hood has Botanist 3 built right in. Yeah. The reason why I'm doing this is because all of them become twice as powerful. And impossible to kill, because then I'm just sitting here drinking potions like crazy.
As soon as I saw this short, I immediately realized that he was a guy that talked about a lot of things and seemed super knowledgeable. Until he talked about a thing that you knew something about. Then you see, he's full of shit. This is called corner catting by the older vets of the franchise. You can say whatever you want, but if you advocate for this playstyle, you are a lazy parasite. It gets this name for when you could play as a cat, and as a cat, you had access to the various buffs and healing horns that they normally utilized. They had no real resource costs, and as such could be spammed infinitely, especially the basic healing horn. So players not looking to do anything would pick a palico, join a lobby, then somehow if they weren't booted or disbanded instantly, proceed to go into the mission, find a snuggly little corner, and blast freeform jazz for the duration of the mission. Now, why is this bad? Because you're forsaking an entire fourth of your team's DPS for pathetic returns. Remember, the monsters of Monster Hunter get spongier with the more people hunting them. When you join as a Palico, you are increasing that monster's health further, and then immediately not contributing to lowering it by sitting there spitting dumb little buffs at the other poor fucks who have to hunt it with you because you didn't actually want to fight the damn thing in the first place. Did I mention that you can't heal getting one shot? Hey, editing Mal here. Just wanted to say I had to delete an additional 2 or 3 minutes of me just crashing out about this playstyle. Ultimately, it's a video game. It's just my favorite franchise, so I'm really passionate about it, but it's okay to play it however you want. There's nothing wrong with playing a medic or a palico, but remember that your presence alone fighting the monster itself is supportive to your team. Monster Hunter provides a ton of support tools and weapons outside of mushrooms and potions to let you provide support rather than basically just AFKing for 85% of a mission. If you figure out how to use them properly, I promise you'll be way better at the game and enjoy it way more than just leeching off your fellow hunters waiting for them to do all the work. That was that, simply put. From there on out, I didn't look at any more of his content willingly. But then Stop Killing Games happened, and the internet launched nukes at him. Everyone and their mother decided to attack this man as hard as they could, relentlessly. My brother in Christ, you fucked up so hard that James Lee woke up out of cryostasis to roast your ass. That's when you know you truly done fucked up. How has he taken all this? Same way as kind always has. Gaslighting, deflecting, and protecting his egregiously oversized ego. And I guess that's the thing I wanted to bring up most importantly, kiddo, is that you shouldn't lose sleep over this. Is he a douchebag? Yeah. Did he have all this coming? Totally. But remember, people like this don't change. They're a dime a dozen. It's programmed in their DNA to be a sack of shit, so you should never hold out hope that somebody like this can genuinely change for the better. They've proven they're gonna stick to their whack-ass ways till they die, so let them. That's how your old man has gotten as far as he has by not putting his faith into morons. So yeah, I just wanted to get out how I felt about the whole situation. Support Stop Killing Games if you haven't already and you are a UK citizen specifically. He's already paying for his misdeeds by losing his subs, but not enough in my opinion, but I'm sure the worst has yet to come at this rate. I'm gonna get off here and try to find that milk. Have a wonderful day, champ.